Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You what? No. The faceless ones. The faceless ones. We'll be taking a look at the faceless ones today. We've got all we've got all 6 animated episodes. And also, there's an option on disc 1 to watch all 6 episodes in animated, and the color versions on disc 2. And the color versions on disc 2. If this was Fear, they would have turned the TARDIS. And during this trouble, Polly discovers a man being murdered by an alien weapon. Well, a man holding an alien weapon, and it is. But apart from Dodo's departure, was. But they investigate, and soon they discover truths about chameleon tools. The theory is that chameleon tools is kidnapped. The theory is that. But thankfully the Doctor is able to expose. Thankfully the Doctor's there to Thankfully the Doctor rescues her, and thankfully the Doctor is able to rescue her, and she's able to help investigate. Never mind. Fuck, screw that whole bit. Instead, before she could kill him for supposedly ratting them out, for actually ratting, before she could kill. I'll say Ben does get at least most of episode 2 before he's taken out of the picture, so that's pretty good. He does do quite a bit of stuff at the start. He does do a little bit at the start to help. So he does help out a bit in the first 2 episodes. They had this thing where they would kick out a companion in the penultimate story and then introduce in the next one in the following story, or 2 companions in Ben and Polly's case, from the end of season 2 to season 5. They would do that after Ian and Barbara left in the chase, but Stephen joined in that story and became properly in Time Meddler. He left in the Smugglers. Not the Smugglers. He left in the Savages. Dodo technically left in the War Machines, but that story also introduced Ben and Polly. Ben and Polly leave here, and then Ben and Polly leave here, and then Ben and Polly leave here, and then in Evil of the Daleks we get Victoria, and in Fury from the Deep, Victoria leaves, and in The Wheel in Space we have Zoe introduced. And during those, and yes, Vicky was in both Chase and Time Meddler, and Jamie in this story in Evil, Fury, and Wheel. But I meant just the ones that are leaving it in the penultimate story of one season, and ones introduced in the last story. Yeah, it was kind of a thing with seasons between seasons 2 and 5 that they wanted to get the companion out in the last, a companion or companions out in the penultimate story of the season, and introduce the new one or new ones in the final story of the season, instead of waiting for the opening story of the next season, instead of being a season finale and the next season's opener, which is strange. Thankfully, Zoe at least got to stick around till the War Games before leaving. Then again, that was a 10-parter. Then again, that 10-parter did replace a 4 and a 6, so maybe she would have left in the penultimate story after all. Who knows? Sorry for that little ramble. I'll just wrap up characters because we sorry for that ramble. I'll just wrap up characters. So the director takes the nurse and her chameleon alter ego in order to go to meet the doctor and so yeah, it's pretty cool. The story is really great, and so yeah, that's pretty cool. But I think perhaps there are some movements that are a little staggered, but that could be due to the format rather than any issue with animations. But that could be due to the format, and perhaps that shouldn't be an issue. And at no point, before the story went on DVD and Blu-ray, at no point did they check that it's the bit where he's telling her not to worry about stuff and it's going to be okay. But yeah, it's a bit odd. Perfect even almost. Looks really brilliant and really great, and the character animation is brilliant. The background imagery, everything just looks absolutely amazing. It's just that one bit that I've just described in detail. I say detail because the Macro Terror at least animated their characters in each scene. They at least noticed the characters. Everything else is ignorable or passable. Everything else is fine. Everything else is either perfect or something you can look. But yeah, the Faceless Ones is great. But anyway, the Faceless Ones is a great story. So I will be giving it anyway. So the Faceless Ones is great, and I shall be called anyway. So but in the meantime, we got a few Faceless, or at least mid to late December, or very late. Somebody help me, please! I'm suffocating. Somebody help me, please! I'm suffocating. Help me, please! Let's begin. Okay. Action. Actually, you were expecting someone else? Let's do a second take of that just in case. You were expecting someone else? Third take. Shut up. You... Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official The Whoniversals YouTube channel. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne bonus content YouTube channel.